Alright guys, so we're going to go through the yens now and decide whether or not um, we should add to this or get out and get in later on, um, based on the emotions of the sellers and the buyers. Now we can pick a point anywhere, it doesn't matter. We could say there's buyers there and there's also sellers there. Because we know during the market, in the market, there's always going to be buyers and sellers. We don't have to do it on the low, on the high. It doesn't really matter. But we just have to go forward in time and read the emotions from that point collectively on them all. And what we see here in the dollar is they are the only sellers here are the dollar ones. But as this goes up, each other currency and the LFX is telling us that the weight is up. So the buyers are winning here on the day, right? As these pop up a tick, this is getting sucked up as the traders are liquidating their sells. That's what's happening right there. Now let's go over here. The Aussies were a little in profit, and now they're back out. The New Zealand is the only other one that's holding the bag, which would mean if this goes up a bit more, that's going to hurt these guys, and this will pop. So for the fun of it, we could take a buy. Right. We know they've sold here and they've paid them here. They've sold there, they've paid them here. Right. Now, where would this likely to go if we are still going up? Well, we've been here, so it doesn't necessarily have to go back up there. And we're just going to read what they're doing. All right. So instead of bailing from these two, we'll put a buy in there, and that will make up for our failure, and we won't have to lose. And we'll do the same with the dollar. And we don't care now at this point. Because if it goes down, we know why. But we need to see what is really going on here. Hang on. Okay. The sellers were paid a little bit. The buyers are being paid more. Same goes for euro. So now we know there's buyers up here. We can do the whole thing all over again. We'll do it right exactly where current price is. The sellers there. Right. And there's buyers there. And we'll try to read them as we go through the video. Another good way to do this, what if to help, is if that spread on the LFX is up there, it's also suggesting higher prices. Right, so there's buyers there and there's sellers there. And if we wanted to go, if we didn't want to wait for all this, let's say it was 8 o'clock in the morning and we were late to the desk, we just would move the lines back in time and read it from there relative to where we are and what's happened. But for now, we're going to do one as it's happening. There's the sellers there. There's buyers there. As this goes on, so far the buyers are happier since doing that. So we see right here, the spread is up. So does that mean we want to close our sells, or do we want to hold them? Which way round should we do it? Well, the plan was to get to 5 million fast, so I'm going to do it the dangerous way. Right here, we know Aussie is the only one winning on the sell side. And again, we're not expecting a giant move up like a trend. The stronger move in the long run should be down. So the drops, the violent ones, the news events should be down. And that's the side we want to be on. After all of this has happened, obviously. Now, how are we feeling about our buy on New Zealand? Hang on, where do we have the... Oh, it's got the arsenal. So I'll buy and I'll sell here. I'll sell it here. And I'll buy. I'm not going to bother putting another line. We see it right there. There's one right there anyway. Okay. The Swiss still continuing to be the strongest. The sellers are not happy and the buyers are more happy. But collectively against the LFX, how are they feeling? So far, the buyers are better during the time of this video. So the chances of a pop higher are quite significant at this point. And that can happen while Aussie can just go sideways, for instance. And if that does happen, it's giving us some more clues, because it's showing us that it's not actually as strong as we think, and we're seeing that in here already, with given the fact that the dollar was able to go down at that time of everything else going up, and the New Zealand stubbornly going down. There is a place here which, if we have a look on the 15-minute chart here, at this time, the collective LF yens were going up, but yen was able, New Zealand was able to make another low, um, suggesting that there is some weakness to come in this. Okay, let's go back to the 1 minute. We can do this on any time frame, but on the higher time frames, you don't feel the emotions in time. No, you see it's higher now, so we're expecting these to pay this dollar anyway. If it doesn't, then that's good news. We don't treat we're looking at this as we can look at this as market research. Um, actually, how are our emotions feeling? We may have to pay to find that out. And here goes the pound. So what we'll do is we keep monitoring that spread there. Look, it's still higher. So we're going to hold the dollar and we're going to hold the New Zealand. And anticipate that this will not happen this cycle. In that, if that is the case, I will actually liquidate the current trades, and we'll simply get in later and make more money. All right, I'm closing them now. So there will be losses. Finally, our first losses in 2 weeks. And that's okay because we're going to get paid coming up here and coming down, providing we're sat here watching this at the right time. But that's what we're doing. These guys here are really holding the bag and they're not feeling good right now. What I'm thinking is we could run up, take them out, and then come back down later. So there's no point in holding through that. We might as well buy it. Because at this time, if this was going to drop, we'd need to be seeing this spread, and at least this starting to show us a lower weight. It's not showing us any weight down during this time on any fractal we look at this. So that's the deal, guys. I will be back a little later. Cheers.